Broncos country, it is week 11, and that means that it is finally the opportunity for RJ Harvey to prove that he can be the workhorse back and show why we used a second-round pick in the 2025 NFL draft for him. But what's contingent on that is Sean Payton going to use him that way, or is he just going to keep him in this pass-catching type of joker role that they're trying to mold him into? We will see. But watching last night's game against the Patriots, with the Patriots and the Jets, and watching Trayvon Henderson run for 3 touchdowns after running for 2 touchdowns on Sunday, it just kind of showed me, man, that sometimes when these guys finally get their opportunity and you commit to them and you give them an opportunity, they can really pop off. Trayvon Henderson was one of my favorite running backs coming out of the draft. If you guys followed any of the draft content, you know that I was very, very high on Trayvon. I was very high on Emeka Egbuka. A lot of guys. There's a lot of running backs that I really liked. Never really mentioned RJ Harvey that much, but when you dig into him, you realize, man, this dude is a player, right? And Trayvon Henderson was a guy that actually kind of struggled to get going for the New England Patriots. His average wasn't really all that good. I mean, he was catching the ball out of the backfield. He had a couple fumbles, but overall, they were really committed to Ramondre Stevenson. Then Ramondre Stevenson goes down, and they do a full-on commitment to Trayvon Henderson, and he shows those unbelievable flashes. I mean, when you look at the game this past week against the Bucs, you'll see a lot of 2- and 3-yard runs, but then you see the explosive 60-plus yarders. He had 2 of those in the game. And then against the Jets, you see the ability of him to be able to run between the tackles, get the tough yards, and he finishes with 3 touchdowns. So in 5 days, Trayvon Henderson finished with 5 touchdowns. But that's because he dominated the touches, and you really saw that when he gets into a groove and he gets into a little bit of a rhythm, he starts to pop off. The Broncos need to do that with RJ Harvey. I don't know if they will. I'm very, very pessimistic that they will, knowing Sean Payton. But there's no reason why RJ Harvey cannot absolutely have a huge performance in the absence of JK Dobbins, and not just this week against the Chiefs, but moving forward. He's got all the tools. He's got the speed. He's got the explosiveness. You can actually catch the ball now, which is great. You've seen the instances where he can run between the tackles, make guys miss and go. And people keep saying, well, is he big enough, or is he a workhorse type? Guys, on like a per inch basis, if you're looking at like his height and his weight and the actual size, he's an absolute beast. Very, very strongly built, very physical runner. You've seen some glimpses of that where guys kind of just bounce off of him. And if you think he's too small, then maybe you got to think Ashton Genty's too small, because from a height and weight standpoint, they are basically identical. So RJ Harvey's got all the tools in front of him. It's now up to Sean Payton and his coaching staff to unleash those tools. You know, and I'm really, really hopeful that they will, because I think he's someone that, listen, it might not look all that pretty early on, but once he gets into a groove and once he gets off to a rhythm and he pops a couple off, he can legitimately be a deep threat, and he's somebody that can really wear a defense down. So I want to see a whole lot of RJ. A whole lot of RJ. And I think that this is a really, really unique opportunity for him to be the full-time back moving forward. And now once JK Dobbins comes back, you got 2 guys that can beat you in multiple ways. And that's going to be the best type of run game that you can ultimately have. So we'll see. But again, you saw the explosiveness when he was at UCF. You saw the long runs. You saw the ability to run between the tackles. You saw the ability to make guys miss in space. And I think that they've brought him along the right way if you really want to develop a running back. He has 50 attempts. He's got 50 carries this entire season. So he's averaging about 5 carries a game. But, man, I'll tell you what, like, he's gotten those opportunities, and he's looked really good once he's gotten into a groove. You kind of saw it in the Cincinnati game where he had the most amount of attempts in 14. In that game, he averaged 4.1 yards per carry. So I want to see RJ get into a groove. I want to see him get 15 to 20 touches at minimum this upcoming Sunday. And I think that he can do really, really well. He's got, already this season, he's got 2 runs of 10 plus. In fact, he's got 2 runs of 40 plus already on the season. And what he's also shown is that he's got a nose for the end zone. He's got an ability to get touchdowns. I mean, he's got 5 on the year, maybe even 6. Let me just make sure I got these numbers right. So he's got a lot of touchdowns, man. He's someone that can certainly beat you. Yeah, he's got 6 touchdowns on the season, 4 catching, 2 rushing, and he gives you a lot of versatility. You can run him out of the shotgun, you can run him out of the I formation, you can run him inside, you can run him outside, and in the short yardage, you can even use him in the wildcat, and he can score too. So I think I'm really making this video just to be as optimistic as I possibly can, because ultimately I do believe that it's going to be Tyler Bidet that out carries RJ Harvey, unfortunately. But we'll see. Are these guys ready to have a big game against the Chiefs? Because we are going to need them. And frankly, I don't care if it's RJ Harvey or if it's Tyler Bidet or if it's Jaleel McLaughlin. I really don't care. I just want to have a really solid running attack moving forward. And maybe, just maybe, if RJ Harvey's given these opportunities and he shows that he can handle the workload and be able to be very effective and wear teams down as the game goes by, that unlocks an entirely different aspect to this Broncos team, because now you don't have to worry about getting JK in on certain downs or getting RJ in on certain downs. You could utilize them both and have success with both those guys. So this could be an opportunity for this offense to really unlock an entirely new aspect of what they're wanting to accomplish this upcoming season. But, man, if you look at RJ and you look at what you've seen, and you look at the testing numbers, and you look at what he was coming out of college, I mean, you look at everything, he kind of checks the boxes on everything. The only thing that you would say he's not been good at all this year is pass protecting. He hasn't been given a lot of opportunities, but I get it. Like, he wasn't really known to be a pass pro. So get somebody else in on the pass protection. But you've seen the flashes of him being able to run between the tackles. You've seen the flashes of how he can do when he bounces it outside, in the screen game, all that good stuff. So let number 12 eat this week, man. I want to see a lot of RJ Harvey in every single aspect of this offense, and we'll see how it goes. But because I personally believe he's got the most upside by far and away of any of these running backs that we currently have. So we'll see how it ends up playing out. But I'd love to know what you guys think below about RJ Harvey. How do you think it's going to fare this Sunday in terms of the splits? You think it's going to be the RJ Bidet show? You think it's going to be RJ by himself? You think it's going to be Tyler Bidet alone? Or you think Sean Payton's going to do the dreaded 3-headed monster splitting up between 3 guys, which I'm praying he doesn't do? Let me know your thoughts below in the comments. Y'all be sure to take it easy. Have a wonderful day, and go Broncos, baby. Peace.